Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm Anonymous2099 with this day's list. Today's list is the top 10 best, well, these are my favorite sort of guilty pleasure movies. I call them McDonald's movies sometimes. This is just when I want to lay like a couch potato and just get sucked into a movie and not really have to come out much. These are usually funny movies, action ones, long ones too. So these are the, of course, honorable mentions. Irishman, it's just because of how long it is. Number 2, Hunt for Red October. That one I love. Number 3, really any MCU movie. And yeah, let's continue the list. But if I watch an MCU film, I definitely feel like I have to watch. Like if I'm gonna watch Captain America: Winter Soldier, I'm gonna watch Captain America: The First Avenger first because I like him. So, yeah, again, these are kind of just fun movies. So, number 10 is Birds of Prey. I know. A lot of people, one guy commented, it was strange. He found it strange that I didn't like Shazam as much as I wanted to. I liked Wonder Woman and Birds of Prey, near Superman-ish. My kind of ranking is like Batman v Superman, Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Birds of Prey, Justice League, Shazam. I don't like Shazam only because I feel like I knew what was going to happen before it even happened, and I just kind of got bored. I knew. Well, the premise alone, I was like, okay, well, it's just sort of like Big. And then watching it, I'm like, this is basically Big. So I like kind of knew what happened, and it just kind of didn't make me be like, ooh, what's going on? But Birds of Prey I liked because during it I didn't really know what was going on. It was such a loose, weird canon. It was such it'd go off in tangents. It'd talk about one character, not talk about them for a whole 30 minutes, and then come back to them. It felt very Quentin Tarantino-ish, sort of focusing on not one character but a whole bunch, narrating. It's kind of like Goodfellas in that spirit. And then it was also kind of just fun. There was a lot of action scenes that I kind of just can like lay down and just watch. It's not something that I have to run my brain too much. Number 9 is Deadpool. Deadpool, I love that movie. It's so good. Um, I mean, honestly, it was just real cool. Um, Along with like all the kind of, it was just Deadpool. Okay, I don't need to explain anymore. It's Deadpool. That's it. Number 8 is Bloodshot. This is the newest one on the list, I believe. Yeah. It's the newest one, and it makes sense. Yeah, I saw it in the theaters, knowing that I could catch the Rona. No, it's not. I'm not scared of that, but it's just like, oh, that was a possibility. I probably shouldn't have gone to the movie theaters, but I wanted to see Bloodshot so much. I saw it. I honestly loved it, and take this from a guy who I read the comic books. I hated the comic book Bloodshot. He was just such an he got real arrogant. He was like talking Exo Man of War. He's like, if I had my guns, and this would be different. And I was like, God, you're so annoying. I hated him in the comics. Him being played by Vin Diesel worked. It worked. I don't really like the comic book look with the hair. I don't like that only because one, it feels too much like Punisher then. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of Punisher. So, yeah. Number 7 is Spider-Man, the Sam Raimi movie. That is mainly because I just love that movie. I just love it. Okay, it has 3 people who filmed in Detroit. And also it's Spider-Man, so I kind of can love it. And plus William Dafoe. Number 6 is a Jon Favreau film that I talked about yesterday, Swingers. Vince Vaughn and him, Jon Favreau, go to Vegas and they try to pick up ladies, and Jon Favreau is struggling. And it's funny. It's real funny. It isn't actiony, but it's funny. So it's one of those movies that I can kind of just play, and I don't think too much about it. I just like it, you know? Number 5 is Hercules, the only Disney movie on here. Well, yeah, only Disney movie on here. Hercules, the Disney animated cartoon. That one mainly because I just have such love for it. Okay, one, it has real cool animation. Two, nice characters. And three, I just like it. You know, it's not accurate to Greek mythology, as my annoying brother has said. That's why he forbids watching it. But you know, who really cares? I mean, yeah, you can be a nut about that stuff, but it's not like ruining the movie. It doesn't make it worse or anything. Honestly, it doesn't. Number 4 is Bad Boys 2. You saw Bad Boys 1 on the list earlier, but that's because Bad Boys 1 was less actiony. There wasn't as much action in it, and it wasn't as long. Bad Boys 2 is way longer, way more developed with characters. Every character kind of feels like they are just, like, you know them. They're just filled with stuff. And each character is good in their own ways. Now, I have not seen all of Bad Boys for Life. Don't you let me. When I saw it in theaters, there was this problem with the screen, so they couldn't get the rest of it up. So, that was the thing. And then I haven't rented it on digital yet. But I will. I saw like 99% of it. It's just that last bit, the screen cut out and it didn't work, so couldn't watch it. Number 3, another Jon Favreau film. You can tell I really like his direction. It is Made. This is a funny movie about two guys, Vince Vaughn and Jon Favreau, who have to go to, I forgot where they had to go, but they had to pretend to be boxers, but they were carrying, like, some kind of detective information, and to avoid, Vince Vaughn, he's talking to everybody, he's just being nice, but Jon Favreau, he's just silent in it. He just doesn't talk, and he just stares at them, and it's so funny. I love it. I do love it. It's just a good movie, and you know, it's fun. I mean, they become boxers, so it's pretty fun. Number 2 is, I believe it's on Netflix still, if I checked last time, Scott Pilgrim versus the Forces of Evil, or the Evil Forces, whatever it was. This is funny. This is Michael Cera at his best besides Arrested Development. Even then, I give that to writing. In this, Scott Pilgrim, Michael Cera, wants to date this girl, Ramona Flowers, and when he does, he has to fight off her evil exes. It's based off this kind of small Canadian comic. Pretty fun. It's a fun ride. It has a lot of actors in it that you know now, because it was so early. It was like all these people were kind of young. Anna Kendrick was younger. Brie Larson's in it. Chris Evans is in it. He's pretty young. Aubrey Plaza is in it. Anna Kendrick. I don't know if I said that one. I probably did. And just a lot of actors who are now kind of big. So it's kind of cool to see them small. Now, before we get to number 1 of my favorite kind of movies that I just can kind of watch anytime, basically guilty pleasures, one more honorable mention. Any film that was on my list for best movies of 2019. Any film on that list could have been number 1. Because all those films were inherently either long, enjoyable, or just had something about them. I mean, hey, I couldn't fit 10 in there, so I did 12. Or I did 13. I did a long number, I think. Either way, pretty enjoyable. So yeah, that is just all those movies were good that came out in 2019. Jojo Rabbit, Irishman, Uncut Gems, really any movie. And plus, this isn't like a list like my best movies, my favorite movies. That's like a confirmed list. Like, I can't really change most of those. This is just what I will watch in the next day. Number 1 is a Taika Waititi film. He did Thor Ragnarok and Jojo Rabbit. This is I think it is PG-13, so most of you guys can watch it. Just saying. It is Hunt for the Wilder People. This is about a little boy, a little orphan boy. Anyway, he gets sent away to his aunt and uncle. And his aunt is a really nice girl. She's so nice to him. and his uncle is kind of grittier. His uncle is played by Sam Neill, the same guy who did, who was in Jurassic Park. You'll know him when you see him. And so, the mother, grandma, the aunt, I mean, she can't raise them anymore for a reason that you will see in the film. And so Sam Neill kind of has to take him, and they get kind of lost in the woods, and because they live right next to a big forest in Sweden, so they get lost, and then just kind of them trying to, survive, and children's services are after him, but he doesn't want to because he'd have to just go to either like juvie, or he had to go to the orphanage and just live out his life there. There was no real place for him after that. Like, that was his kind of like last thing. And then Sam Neill was sort of like trapped in it. And it's really fun. It's really nice. And it's just a breath of fresh air. There's been no, like, I hate when people are like, why ain't there no many original movies? I'm like, God, when some Australian guy's making them, you just don't appreciate them. Like, I heard nothing about this movie when it came out. And it wasn't too long ago. It was 2016, 2017. It was either 2015, 2016, maybe early 2017. Either way, not much heard about it, but it's a fantastic movie. Please watch it. I think it's on Amazon Prime for free, maybe. Or it's on some streaming service for free, I know it is. And it's the same thing like Taika Waititi. He does great jobs at making it really serious in one point, and then making it super funny in the next. He has that kind of balance. Like in Jojo Rabbit, you would see parts where you're just laughing, and then just such a serious part that you wouldn't even, like, you cry. This one's good. It's one to watch. So that's my list. Hope you enjoyed. That's my kind of top 10 McDonald's films. Kind of just easy films to watch. You know what I mean. Anyway, see you in the next video. Goodbye.